So following my amazing clap, what is this blue prototype?
So this is an upcoming Octave pedal. It'll be part of a series of mid-range priced pedals that we'll be offering hopefully in the next 2 months here. So this Octave pedal takes the traditional analog octave up circuit, the green ringer, and adds some functionality. It puts some gain before it to help drive the analog octave circuit. And then it also adds a blend control so that it's not all the way on all the time. You can back it off a little bit as well.
Let's clean tone. That sounds good. So this has germanium and silicon clippies.
Yes, it's got the switch allows you to select between germanium diodes for the Octave, which is the traditional layout, or you can use silicon diodes, which we found gives it a little bit more of a like a synth type sound. There's a very subtle difference between them, but when you add gain behind the Octave, it becomes more apparent.
Let's put that blend all the way up. That's the tradition?
Yes.
As is tradition. That's woo! Is this like one of those, like a fuzz face where it'll clean up if I bring the volume back?
To some extent, but you're always going to have that octave there. You'll have less of it, and you know, like any analog octave up, it's going to be more noticeable higher up on the neck. You're not going to get as much closer to the nut, and it'll kind of get into ring mod territory if you play multiple strings at a time. Like, you know, if you were to fret a chord and play it, it doesn't play like a true octave up of the chord.
Let's do like a major 7 chord and see how it does.
So there's definitely something there, but it's
Yeah.
not like a major 7 chord up an octave.
Ooh, there we go. I could get behind that.
Yeah.
And how does this play with, I'm going to take the blend out. I want to hear how it sounds like as its own fuzz pedal with no octave. So without that's why you took out the ability to do the octave, right? Because it still becomes a pedal.
Yeah, it's still a functional gain stage without the octave in there at all, and you can add a very subtle octave in, and then of course, you know, where the octave really does its damage is when you pair it with a gain stage afterwards. So we've got the Woodcutter from Big Ear Pedals down in Nashville, Tennessee. Grant and Karen have done an absolutely fantastic job taking the traditional rat circuit and finding the best parts of it and coming up with that. So the analog octave into a rat circuit is a very, 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 I hate to keep saying traditional, but it's a very traditional usage of those two things.
We are nothing if not traditionalists.
Exactly.
That's... Ooh. I've never played through a rat pedal, just on its own. I never owned one. I never knew anybody who had one. I don't believe they exist. I mean, I haven't broken it yet, so it's in pretty
No,
good shape.
yeah, it's very well built. You're not going to break that.
Ooh. That's what it's used for.
Right,
Really
exactly.
dense jazz chords.
Yes.
That'll be a fun DMCA.
Woodcutter needs to paint my dog on a pedal. I saw that they were doing that.
They do.
And put auto on a pedal.
They'll do it. All you got to do is ask.
I just did.